Hello and welcome back to the Geek Shack. Now, many will agree that bigger is better when it comes to most things, but is that true with consoles? With the PlayStation 5 drop, one of the largest criticisms, apart from how few of them were made, the ridiculous price they're being resold at, the fact it doesn't have the ability to have backwards compatibility further than its most recent incarnation despite its main competitor being able to do just that, its appearance being that of a Wi-Fi router, and getting carried away. One of its many issues was its enormous size. Most gamers even had to rearrange their entire setup just to make sure that they could cram it in. Consoles on a smaller scale are what gamers were used to, hence why over the past few years we have seen a rise in popularity of the mini console. For those who have been living under a rock sheltering from the mayhem of the past few years, mini consoles are remodels of old gaming gems from the past on a smaller scale and beaten within an inch of its life to display a museum of the best titles. I'm going to just say that again where you can see me, displaying their best titles. This offers a trip down memory lane, entices new gamers to play the games that made the industry they know today, and to demonstrate why these titles are the best of the best. No, not you. Turn around, go away. Get back to you later. Piece of shit. The idea of console revivals with pre-built games isn't exactly a new idea. In fact, it's been going since 2004, starting with the Flashback series. You had the Atari Flashback 1 and 2, the ColecoVision Flashback, and the Intellivision Flashback. But the popularity really kicked in 2016 with the NES Classic Mini, sporting titles like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Castlevania and Gradius, along with more. A selection of the top dogs of the Nintendo Entertainment System's catalogue that helped the company rise to the success and power it is today. A walk down memory lane that continued into 2017 with the next successful release, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System Classic. Donkey Kong Country, Super Metroid, Earthbound and even the never-before-released Star Fox 2. It was the perfect gift to say thank you to the fans for sticking by the company for so many years and throwing our money at them at every possible moment they wiggled something shiny in our faces, even if it was just a piece of fucking cardboard. Nintendo had created two fantastic homages to two of their most memorable consoles. And even the price years later still reflects the success and popularity and even encouraged other big gaming companies to try the same. The C64 Mini and the Neo Geo Mini soon followed in 2018. Naturally, without having a current video game giant attached to the consoles, they didn't have the same oomph. However, there was a watcher in the wings, waiting in the shadows, ready to capitalise on the foundations that Nintendo had laid down for them. That's right, I am of course talking about Sony, and their biggest jump on the bandwagon move since going portable to combat the Nintendo years ago. Yet, there they were again releasing the PlayStation Classic. Originally retailing in the UK at $89.99, and featuring 20 unforgettable titles like Cool Borders 2, Jumping Flash, Intelligent Cube, Mr. Driller. Oh, okay, who the hell's ever heard of Mr. Driller for fuck's sake? Oh, Rayman. Yeah, I know Rayman. Now look, I'm not hating on the PlayStation Classic Mini. Okay, I am, but I'm simply going to highlight why it didn't do too well. What I'm trying to say is rather than focusing on what made the Nintendo Minis likeable, like their well-designed models, attractive select screens and a unique vast collection of their popular titles, Sony decided to throw together a bland menu design and random unknown games because God forbid you showcase the best of what you've made. Then they forced it into a grey Duplo brick and hoped it would have the same appeal. But what actually happened is consumers waited for the price to drop to around £30, grabbed it and got their mate's brother Dodgy Dave to modify their console so you could play all the popular titles that should have been there in the first fucking place. The year is 2019 and apparently the snapping of Bruce Banner's fingers in Endgame also brought back the gaming giant Sega from the dust, as they released their combatant into the fray based on their successful Mega Drive, or Genesis in the US. This actually turned out to be a brilliant attempt on Sega's behalf, going toe-to-toe with Nintendo in their releases. Not like they've ever done that before. Sonic, Earthworm Jim, Golden Axe, Altered Beast. In fact, at a total of 42 games, the majority that were thrown into this were pretty popular titles that I remember playing when I was younger. Of course, some are meh at best, but you can't win everything. Sega even went on to release the Game Gear Micro in 2020 to celebrate the 30th anniversary of their original Game Gear. But as that was a Japanese-only release, I feel like it's unfair for me to really have an opinion on it until I get my grubby little fingers all over it first. So what will come next in the world of micro-consoles? There's been speculation going since 2016 when the NES Mini first released. But to be honest, I don't mind which console gets celebrated next, as long as it doesn't do a Sony. What about a Nintendo 64 Mini? brimming with Pokemon Snap, GoldenEye and Super Mario 64? Or what about a GameCube Mini holding Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion and Resident Evil 2? We just don't know. But what I do know is when it comes to the world of gaming, size doesn't actually matter. Bye.